A report from Senator Elizabeth Warren's office finds a growing number of scams are happening through the payment app called Zelle.
The report cites data from some of the major banks that partially own Zelle. It says last year alone, there were almost 200,000 cases where a customer claimed that they were tricked into sending money. Those cases amounted to more than $213 million. The report also found that banks reimbursed customers only a fraction of the time. Jordan Strauss joins us now. He is a managing director at Kroll, a financial advisory firm. Jordan, Senator Warren's report called Zelle the, quote, preferred tool of fraudsters. Tell us, is that particular to Zelle or is it for payment apps overall? What makes them so popular with scam artists?
First of all, Lilia, Lana, it's great to be back. This is an issue that impacts all ways of transferring money. You know, since money was invented, people have been trying to steal it. What's unique about developments in the last few years is that consumers, for the first time, have the ability to send money very, very quickly. And there's a huge consumer demand to do that. Now, speed and security are usually opposing forces when you're thinking about safety. And that's the issue that some of these platforms are having. So this isn't unique to any one platform. You're seeing it in crypto. You're seeing it in all sorts of peer-to-peer payments. And the solve for it, the resolution, is going to need to be multifaceted.
You know, it's interesting that you mention speed and safety, because when I think Zelle, I think safety. It's something that happens directly from your bank account. So there's this mentality that, OK, this is safer than Venmo, which anybody can grab a QR code, or I don't know, even PayPal that involves so many other adjacent apps. Should Zelle, or how can Zelle maybe ensure that sense of safety that at least someone like me found initially when coming across the app? Is it just, you know, human error? What can they do to fix it?
It's a great question, Lana. There's a big human element here. So if you think about it and you think about the environment that banks are operating in, customer trust is absolutely paramount. It's extremely important. So if somebody knocks on my door today and says, you've got to give me $1,000 cash right now so I can fix your roof, otherwise it's going to cave in, and I run to my bank and I take out $1,000 and I run back and I give it to the person and they steal it, right? The bank isn't really on the hook. And that's where you're sort of seeing the tension here, right? As we start to move faster, and there is a huge demand from customers to have agency over their money, to be able to send their money really, really quickly. But what you're seeing is when there's this rift between a customer being taken advantage of by a criminal, or in many cases an organized criminal gang, and the bank doing what the customer it thinks tells it to, you've got an issue. So, you know, when we see this with very large corporations who have been the victims of wire fraud, which, by the way, happens all the time, what we tell them is you've got to investigate, you've got to act quickly, but you've got to tell your people that when you've got this big sense of urgency, when somebody claiming to be the controller of the company says, I need $1 million wired to this account right now, right? It's in those periods of the highest urgency that you need to take a pause and say, am I doing the right thing? Does it make sense for the bank to be reaching out to me?
It's a shame on me approach. I mean, shame on you if I got hacked, but shame on me if I responded to that chain email and sent you a Zelle transfer. Jordan Strauss, thank you so much.